Yo, what's going on, everybody? It is your boy Fitzmonk TV here, aka Jalorn33. I'm back here with another video on the channel for you guys today. And today we got some huge news when it relates to the Dragon Ball franchise. I don't want to waste any time. I want to get right to it. So it was just announced that at New York Comic Con coming up next month, there will be a special Dragon Ball panel going on. It will be taking place the first day of Comic Con on Thursday, October 12th. And it'll be happening from 12:45 to 1:45. So it'll be a 1-hour panel at the Empire stage. Usually there's about two main stages at New York Comic, like two main big stages. There's tons of different rooms. If you've ever been to Comic Con, right? There's panels that take place in all these different rooms. Some are big, some are small. But the biggest stages at the New York Comic Con are the main stage and the Empire stage. So the fact that this panel is going to be taking place on the Empire stage, which is one of the two main stages at Comic-Con, that's a big deal. That's a big deal. It's a 1-hour panel. It's going to be taking place very early in Comic-Con because remember, Comic-Con is usually 4 days long. But this could be huge for the future of the franchise. So it doesn't give us too much information, but it says, delivering the latest information on the world-famous manga and anime franchise, Dragon Ball. We will talk about new developments in the Dragon Ball series along with a mysterious new teaser. Also the appearance of special guests. So, of course, the big thing that everyone's going to take from this is the a mysterious new teaser. What could that teaser be, right? We have been going on forever now about when will Dragon Ball Super come back, right? Will it come back and follow the manga, like the Moro Granola arcs we want to see animated? Or will we have a completely new Dragon Ball anime? Will it be something else, something that takes place outside the Dragon Ball Super? We've heard talks now for the last year about a web anime, right? There potentially being two different animes, a web anime, which would just be on the web. It wouldn't be on TV. It would be a web anime, and then a separate TV anime. It's been a bunch of speculations about a bunch of rumors, and there's been a lot of misinformation out there from some content creators and other influencers on social media. That's why I don't do a lot of these speculation videos anymore unless it's like concrete information. This is concrete information. It doesn't get much better than New York Comic Con, right? You know, at years past, we've got Comic-Cons where we've gotten trailers for the Dragon Ball Super movies, like Dragon Ball Super Broly and Dragon Ball Super Superhero, right? Yeah, I believe it was New York Comic-Con 2 years ago, if I was right. 2021, when they first announced Dragon Ball Super Superhero, when they first gave us the name of the movie and they dropped that first teaser of Goku, even though Goku was barely in the movie. We all know Dragon Ball Super Superhero was about Gohan and Piccolo going up against the Gammas and Cell Max and all that. But still, this is exciting. It's exciting. We don't really know what it's gonna be. All it just says we'll talk about new developments in the Dragon Ball series. So probably they'll talk a little bit about the manga, right? The Dragon Ball Super manga, which is almost done with the superhero arc. They've been retelling the superhero arc in the manga now for the better part of almost a year. Remember, we had the Goten and Trunks prequel, and then they've been retelling the actual movie through the manga for basically all year. And they're almost towards the end. They're doing the battle with Cell Max right now. So there should only be a couple more chapters, maybe like 2 or 3 chapters left, hopefully, in their retelling of the superhero movie. So probably by the end of the year, they'll be moving on to whatever's next in the Dragon Ball Super story. Hopefully the next new arc, finally, right? So maybe we'll get a teaser for what the new manga could be, right? If it's Goku, Broly, and Vegeta going up against Frieza, if it's something else, right? But maybe we'll get a reveal of what's to look forward to in the manga, since we all know what happens in the superhero movie, unless you haven't seen the superhero movie. All right. And of course, the anime. The big thing is the teaser. Could this be the teaser for the web anime? Like I said, we don't know what the web anime would be. We don't know if it would be a continuation of Dragon Ball Super, if it would be something completely different. We just know it would be a Dragon Ball anime. Something. Of course, I personally want Dragon Ball Super. I want the Moro arc. I want the Granola arc. That's what I personally want. But either way, whatever we get, I'm gonna take it. Because I love Dragon Ball. So the teaser, we don't know. It could be a teaser for the new web anime. It could be a teaser for Budokai Tenkaichi 4. Right? Comic Con would be a perfect place for us to finally get some more information on Tenkaichi 4. We haven't heard anything about Tenkaichi 4 since March, since they revealed the teaser trailer at the Dragon Ball Fighter Z event. There hasn't been any information. We just know that the game's in development, and I knew that they weren't gonna have the game ready for this year. A game like that, especially with how long it takes to make video games these days, I knew that the game was not gonna be ready for right now. No way. It was just unfair expectations. Budokai Tenkaichi 4 will most likely release probably later next year, sometime late 2024. But we could get a second teaser. Maybe we get a full out trailer for Tenkaichi 4. Of course, this is a game we want to be perfect because we love Dragon Ball Budokai Tenkaichi. If you played 1, 2, or 3, you know how special those games are, and you want Tenkaichi 4 to be the best Dragon Ball game ever. And that's my expectation. I'm expecting this to be one of, if not the greatest Dragon Ball video game ever. The same way Fighter Z has been elevated to one of the best games ever, and Xenoverse, and etc. I have huge expectations for Tenkaichi 4. So if we do get a teaser for Tenkaichi 4, I'll be happy. Of course, nothing would be better than us getting the announcement of Dragon Ball Super coming back, in my opinion. That would be the best news ever. Or just a new Dragon Ball anime, in development. Getting a teaser trailer for that. But, if we get the Tenkaichi 4 teaser trailer, I'm not going to complain. I'm not going to complain. I just want Dragon Ball back. It's been a very boring year when it comes to Dragon Ball. We haven't gotten an anime outside the Tenkaichi 4 announcement, right? It's just been a quiet year because the manga hasn't given us anything because they're literally just retelling the superhero movie, which I disagree with, but it's whatever. And then everything else. There just hasn't been much when it comes to Dragon Ball. It's sad because of how popular the Dragon Ball franchise is and how much money they could be making. So yeah. So it could be the trailer for the new web anime. It could be a trailer for Budokai Tenkaichi 4, right? Of course, there's been a lot of talk. I didn't make a video on this, but there's been a lot of talk of the new company that Ayoku is starting in Japan. And you guys know Ayoku because whenever a new Dragon Ball movie comes out, he's all over. He's at all these conventions and panels talking about, things we can expect from the movie and showing us different things like that. He's starting his own company called Capsule Corp Tokyo, but most of us are expecting that company not to really affect much of the Dragon Ball franchise. It's more, his company is going to be the bridge between Toriyama and Toei. Kind of what Shueisha's been all these years, right? So instead of it being Shueisha in the middle between the communications of Toriyama and Toei, it's going to probably be Ayoku's Capsule Corp Tokyo company. So maybe we get some information on that, right? But yeah. So DBS Chronicles tried to say, look, as for the teaser, it's either for Budokai Tenkaichi 4, web anime, new manga trailer, or Capsule Corp Tokyo teaser. But the thing about it is, I have a hard time believing anything that comes out of Chronicles' mouth just because, he's been wrong in the past. I'm not saying he's not credible, but, I always take anything I hear from him with a grain of salt because there has been times when he's been right, and there's been plenty of times when he's given us misinformation. But I will say I agree with him that these are the most likely possibilities for whatever teaser it is. Right now, we don't know what the teaser is. My friend Danny, Geek 101, he doesn't know what the trailer is. None of us know. And, it doesn't help us to speculate, right? We can talk about it, but until the day of New York Comic Con comes next month, and so we don't have to wait long. It's only going to be about a month, right? We should just all sit back and be patient. All right, all we gotta do, wait about a month, and then we'll know what the teaser is, and then we can get excited for whatever it is. So don't go saying around that this. No, just because it's been 5 years since we've had the Dragon Ball Super anime end, right? And we've had all these times where we thought the anime was coming back on all of this miscommunication, and then it's made a lot of Dragon Ball fans angry, which we have every right to be. You look at all these other animes like One Piece. Look at what One Piece is doing right now with Gear 5 and all these other things and all their movies that come out every year and their crazy animation. And My Hero Academia, Attack on Titan, Doctor Stone, Demon Slayer, Tokyo Revengers. The list goes on and on. Look at all these animes that are doing well, and Dragon Ball has just been sitting still from an anime perspective the last 5 years. Yes, we've gotten 2 movies, which is great, but we want anime, right? And a movie is something that's an hour and a half. You watch a couple times, then you move on. The anime, you want to get those episodes every single week. That's what made Dragon Ball super great. Even if you didn't like the story or if you had problems with the series, we all miss having Dragon Ball Super episodes every single week. So, that's what. So if it is, a trailer for the next Dragon Ball Super arc or the manga or whatever, I'm gonna enjoy it for what it is. I hope it's for the anime, right? But we'll see. Who knows? Maybe it could be for another movie. Personally, if it is a new movie, I will be a little disappointed because it's not like I don't want another movie. But these movies take forever to make. It takes about 2-3 years to make these, these great Dragon Ball movies. That's a long time. I want the anime. I hope it's the anime, but if we get a trailer for the movie, I'm not gonna say I'm gonna hate it, but I'll just be disappointed because I'd rather take the anime at this stage than us having to wait another 2-3 years just to get a movie. But yeah. The also thing that says the appearance of special guests, so it doesn't say what the guests are gonna be, right? It could be a Yoku, it could be Toritaro, right? It could be Masako Nozawa, right? Japanese voice of Goku, Gohan, Goten, and all those characters. Nozawa was at New York Comic Con a couple years ago. I think it was when the Broly movie was coming out. Was the last time she was there. I do know the last couple years, of course, New York Comic Con has been mainly virtual because, of course, COVID and everything. So I think this is like the first year since 2019 that they're really fully back, like fully back. Because 2020, of course, there was no Comic Con because of COVID. 2021, I don't think there was a Comic Con. I think Comic Con was like virtual that year. 2022, it was like part of it was virtual, part of it was not, right? So I think this is the first year in like 4 years that Comic Con is back to actually being what Comic Con was before COVID. So maybe Nozawa's flying in from Japan. Maybe it's a Yoku. Maybe it's Toritaro. It's not gonna be Toriyama, of course, but probably Toriyama will send a note like he always does, about whatever the teaser is and how we should be excited and looking forward to it. And yeah, we'll see. Maybe they'll have like Sean Semo and Chris Sabat there. They'll probably will be because they're always at these events. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see if we get news of what these special guests will be. That I'll make a video on that because if it comes in that Nozawa is flying in from Japan to America, that's a big deal. That's a big deal right there. You're not flying her in for just to talk about like Dragon Ball merch and stuff. If you're flying her in from Japan for this Comic-Con panel, that means that they're planning on making a big announcement, which could be a new movie, which could be the show coming back, the anime. It could be a whole new anime, or it could be, for Budokai Tenkaichi 4. But if they flying in people from Japan like Toriyama, or not Toriyama, like if they're flying in Toritaro or Nozawa, it's because they're making a big announcement. So once we get more information on who these guests are going to be as the date gets closer, then that's going to be, I'll make a video on that because that's going to be a big deal. The last thing is, before we get out of here, we also want to make sure there's a chance that maybe this panel is virtual or pre-recorded. Remember the superhero panels at Comic-Con a couple years ago were virtual or they were pre-recorded as well. So I don't think this one will be pre-recorded since it's taking place on the Empire stage and it's taking place at New York Comic Con. So maybe part of it's pre-recorded. Like maybe if it's somebody from Japan that couldn't be there in person, maybe they show a couple videos of them sending a message to the fans. But I don't think this is going to be a virtual or pre-recorded panel. I think this will most likely have, the special guests, whoever they're going to be there in person, right? I can't confirm that, but that's just my prediction. So we'll have to see on that. But this is exciting. It's exciting because it's Dragon Ball news that we haven't really had since Budokai Tenkaichi 4 came out in March. It's been really just cool. Not much from Dragon Ball in the last half year. Really, it's just been the manga's been doing the superhero arc, so this is exciting. This is very exciting. I'm looking forward to it. There's a chance I might actually be at New York Comic Con this year. We'll see. I'm hoping because I live in Boston, as you guys know. So there's a chance I might make the trip down to New York for the weekend. But we'll see. We'll see. It's gonna depend on some other things. But either way, no matter if I'm there for Comic Con or I'm here at home, I'm gonna be covering it and everything all the information we get from this special panel. Maybe I do a live reaction to the panel, either if I'm there in person or I'm here at home. But either way, I'm excited for the panel itself, and hopefully this means big things for the future of Dragon Ball. Like I said, I hope it's the anime, but whatever we get, I will take it and enjoy it for what it is. Either way, that's about all I got for you guys for today. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. What are you guys expecting for the panel? What are you guys excited about? What are you guys hoping for? Or, let me know in the comment section below. Other than that, that's about all I got for you guys today. I will see you guys later. Stay safe and healthy, y'all. Peace.